Hello again. I'd like to talk about principles today, teaching principles, and what these mean in language teaching. Many of us, of course, were taught to use a particular method, the audiolingual method, communicative language teaching, or some other approach or method which we were trained to use in our initial teacher training. As we develop experience and confidence in teaching, we tend to develop our own methods, if you like. We tend to move away from the methods we've been trained to use as we adapt our teaching style to the particular circumstances in which we find ourselves. What we tend to do is to develop a set of core principles, if you like, that serve as the basis for the practical decisions we make when we teach. And that's what I want to talk about today, teachers' principles. When I observe a teacher's class, I'll always ask her or him, what sort of principles are you trying to enact in your teaching today? Because I can't understand an observation of a teacher's class unless I know what the principles are that that teacher is working with. For example, a teacher might say, well, these are very poorly motivated students. One of my principles is make learning fun. Or a teacher might say there's a lot of differences in ability in this class, so one of my principles is share the learning, and so I'll be doing a lot of group work. These are examples of teachers' principles derived from experience. Of course, other teachers' principles come from training, from the methods we've been trained to use, and communicative language teaching, for example, has embodied in it a set of core principles related to the notion of learning through communication. Teachers who work with young children will probably use different principles from those that work with older students. And some of your principles may be very personal, individual to you and the way you teach. So teaching is far more than simply a set of techniques that you've learned from a book or from a training program. It's a cognitively based activity. In other words, you draw on your own thinking, your own beliefs, your own principles that serve as the basis for your practice. These principles can be revealed through conversation, through reflection. You can observe other teachers' principles in action when you observe a teacher's class and ask the teacher, why did you do it this way? Why did you give more attention to vocabulary than grammar in this lesson, and so on? So uncovering your own principles, exploring your own principles, developing your own principles through education, through training, and through experience is really what teacher education is all about.